been sharing with you my concerns for today, but now it is 7:10. It's time for us to look at some of the big stories that have been trending. What are the headlines in our newspapers? And I'm joined by Lawrence Umwete. Good morning, Lawrence.
Good morning, Stanley.
Well, quite a day we had yesterday, right?
Yeah, right.
And
money matters.
Money matters. You've seen the Naira, the new designs. What do you think?
Well, Stanley, my attitude to this redesigning of Naira has always been non-committal, so to speak. I'm more concerned about the value of the Naira. But if the CBN needs to do what needs to be done, all well and good. I'm not excited, but if it's going to solve some of the problems that I had when I was coming, I had the extensive speech by the CBN governor. And he spoke on so many. One which caught my attention was that in the past there have been several attempts to do this. And
they've been resisted.
Those attempts were resisted. The question is why?
Well, my comment on the design, I've noticed all of them, 200, 500, and the 1,000. It's now a single color. It's no longer full color, which would make it, I believe, going by my own personal experience of commercial printing. I don't know anything about security printing, but at least a single color usually would be cheaper to produce than the full color print. So I think that's an interesting thing. Even the dollar, when you look at it, it's a single color. I think it's basically dark blue, and that's all you have. So this is what we have with the modern Naira now, rather different from the traditional Naira. All right, well, we're still going to dwell on this. So let's look at the stories that have been making the headlines today. So the This Day newspaper has this. Buhari unveils redesigned 1,500 and 200 Naira notes. Well, this is what we have been talking about, and we will continue talking about. The Punch has this headline: Paris Club refund. Governors stop deductions. Consultants head for French court. The Nation publishes this story. Buhari names Onoche as NDDC's board chairman. And the Daily Trust. DMO raises 3.3 million Naira borrowing to support the 2022 budget deficit. And these are the stories that we'll be looking at this morning. And we'll start with This Day. The headline: Buhari unveils redesigned 1,500 and 200 Naira notes. The details go like this. President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday, which is yesterday, unveiled the redesigned 1,000 Naira, 500 Naira, and 200 Naira notes. The president performed the ceremony shortly before the commencement of the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting inside the council chamber at the State House in Abuja. Speaking to newsmen after the ceremony, the governor of the central bank, Godwin Emefiele, expressed the determination of the Apex Bank to make a cashless economy. According to him, the amount of money that can be withdrawn across the counter will be drastically restricted, adding that anyone who wants to withdraw the substantial cash would be tracked by security agents to determine its use. I think we listened to that, and he insisted that the January 31st, 2023 deadline for the exchange of the old notes will not be extended. And he also noted that there are over 1 million points in the country where people can deposit old notes. And he also said that the Apex Bank will now regularly redesign the currency after every 8 years. Well, at that ceremony, President Muhammadu Buhari actually spoke, and he gave a little bit of a history, Lawrence. Just before I get your take, I would just like us to hear some of the things that the president himself had said during the unveiling of these Naira notes.
A cycle of banknote redesign is generally aimed at achieving specific objectives, including, but not limited to, improving security of banknotes, mitigating counterfeiting, preserving the collective national heritage, controlling currency in circulation, and reducing the overall cost of currency management. As is known, our local laws, specifically the Central Bank of Nigeria Act of 2007, grants the Central Bank of Nigeria the power to issue and redesign the Naira. In line with this power, the Central Bank Governor approached me earlier in this year to seek my permission to embark on a currency redesign project. I considered all the facts and reasons presented before me by the Central Bank. There was an urgent need to take control of currency in circulation and to address the hoarding of Naira banknotes outside the banking system, the shortage of clean and fit banknotes in circulation, and the increase in counterfeiting of high denomination Naira banknotes. It is on this basis that I gave my approval for the redesign of the 200 Naira, 500 Naira, and 1,000 Naira banknotes. While this may not be apparent to many Nigerians, only 4 out of the 54 African countries print their currencies in their countries, and Nigeria is one. Hence, a majority of African countries print their currencies abroad and import them the way we import other goods. That is why it is with immense pride that I announced to you that these redesigned currencies are locally produced right here in Nigeria by our Security Printing and Minting PLC. The new Naira banknotes have been fortified with security features that make it difficult to counterfeit. These new banknotes will help the central bank design and implement better monetary policy objectives. They will also enrich our collective memory of Nigeria's heritage. Let me thank the Governor of the Central Bank and his deputies for this initiative. I also thank the Managing Director, Executive Directors, and staff of the Nigerian Security Printing and Minting for working tirelessly with the Central Bank to make the currency redesign a reality and for printing the new Naira notes within a comparatively short time. I am delighted now to officially launch the 200 Naira, 500 Naira, and 1,000 Naira banknotes. I thank you all for your attention, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Citizen FM Abuja.
Well, that was President Muhammadu Buhari during the unveiling of the Naira notes. Quite a lot of things that the president says. But one of the things that stuck out to me was when he said that there are 4 countries in Africa that actually print their currencies, and Nigeria is one of them. So the Naira has always been, it's not an imported product. It's been produced by Nigerians, for Nigerians. I think that's rather comforting. Lawrence, what do you think?
Exactly. It's refreshing to hear that. I wish one day we'll also say that all our consumed refined products are done in Nigeria, produced in Nigeria, just like some other countries. But back to the CBN, Stanley. 2 things. First, going forward, I like the optimism that the CBN governor is exuding now. I think we need to be very serious about how we pursue the cashless policy. We need to be very firm with it, and I hope that he will not be intimidated in any way to let go of that, because that's one way to clean up the system. If we make sure that people, it will, in fact, it will have a far-reaching effect in so many other things, in criminalities and so, because law enforcement agencies, even the banking system, will be able to monitor circulation, be able to monitor how people use money. So you don't have a situation where someone has 10 million or 20 million in the boot of his car and he knows that there's no trace. He wants to buy votes on election day. He has that money, there's no trace, and so many other things like that. That's, for me, a very positive development that I hope the CBN will pursue. Because at the end of the day, we will be the better for it. The economy will be the better for it. You can project, you can know so many things just by, because cashless economy makes it easier for you to trace money, for you to follow money trail, and so many other things like that. Then, but on the other flip side, the CBN governor spoke about how easy it is for people to get to points, banking points, to change money and everything. I don't think that's a problem for me, because I don't really think, because Stanley, the truth is that what is the percentage of Nigerians with how high volume of cash that they will need to change? You have, it's just very few people that will have.
It's a small percentage.
So the larger majority, 1 million or less, some 500,000 naira or less, some even 100,000 naira or less. Most people have their monies anyway in the banks.
And this is, I think, what the CBN governor was trying to say, that a lot of Nigerians, the argument has always been, oh, what about the people in the rural areas? This has always been, but the CBN governor is calling politicians out.
Yeah, exactly.
That a lot of you people say this, but it's not because you really care about the people in the rural areas, because it's not hard for them to adapt. It's not as hard as you present or you claim it to be, because I hear, oh, my grandmother in the village, oh, she does not know how to operate this and that. But we said the POS system has been working, and as somebody who travels very often myself, the first thing I look for when I reach a village is a POS point, and there is always one. There is always one not too far away. As a matter of fact, it's easier, I have found, this is my personal experience, it's easier for me to find a POS point when I'm in a small town or in a village than in Abuja.
Exactly,
in
especially
Abuja,
in the central
I probably
area.
have to go further. Yes.
Exactly.
But in a village, there is always a walking distance. Just stop, ask anyone, where can I get a POS? They'll tell you, oh, just go down
the street,
and you will find it. So it's a fallacy, I think, and I'm glad that it's been called out. And also this question of people moving around with so much cash. It's been a long time, because I think I'm fully compliant with the cashless economy. It's been a long time since I held a large amount of cash.
Exactly.
The biggest amount of cash I usually have in my pocket is no more than 5,000 naira.
Exactly.
And this has been so for at least since 2019. No more than 5,000 naira. Recently, under some extraneous circumstances, I got 150,000 naira in cash. And honestly, Lawrence, I was very uncomfortable. I've surprised myself, because once upon a time I was comfortable carrying this kind of cash. But the mere fact that I had 150,000 naira cash and I was so uncomfortable, and I had to make a payment for something, which was part of what that money was for. And the person I sent the cash to also called me and said, oh, I can't remember the last time I saw this much cash. It means that to a great extent, many Nigerians are compliant with the fact that you can use your phones, use your cards.
Stanley, exactly. Even, before we used to say, oh, traders are the deal. Most traders these days, they are even more compliant than a lot of people in terms of this cashless. You want to buy anything, you go to a spare part dealer, you want to buy spare part. All you need to do, just say, can you do transfer? If you don't have a POS, can you do transfer? And that's it. Everywhere. Even I was surprised, Stanley, just down the road there, I went to buy stuff near a guy who sells provision there. And somebody came in to buy Indomie and eggs and everything, 500 naira. And he just told the guy, I want to do transfer. The guy said, fine.
Yeah, fine.
And that's it. So, but, Stanley, there's something that I hope that we need a lot of sensitization. And that's when we start maybe a few weeks to the end of the deadline. I don't want a situation where people start rejecting the old note. Because it's common with us, you enter a taxi and the taxi man will tell you, no, if you don't have the new note, please, I'm not going to accept the...
Because he doesn't want to go to the bank.
Because I don't want to go to the bank. You understand? You want to buy something.
That's a very good point.
You want to buy something in the market and the woman will tell you, no, there's too much stress, I can't go to the bank if you don't have the new note. Meanwhile, they're supposed to be in circulation at the same time until the deadline. So that may be some kind of problem that we need to look at.
I think that's a very good point that you made, and maybe something that the government needs to look at. The old notes are legal tender until that final day. How everything is going to be ruled out. But again, of course, I don't want to trivialize the concern of these traders, because maybe they're going to be very busy, and maybe you will not have the opportunity to take all of this money to the bank within the last maybe 24 to 48. I'm not talking about those who 2 weeks to the time will say, oh no, I don't want to collect it, but maybe within those last days, 24 hours. It certainly may be difficult for you to make that payment, because as long as somebody says, look, I don't have time to go to the bank, I will not have the opportunity today, so I will not accept this. So there might be some of that happening towards the end of this. And we have a whole new generation of Nigerian adults who are experiencing this for the first time.
Exactly.
Because it has been 19 years since there's been any major change, and almost, I think, are we talking about 30-something years since we had this change in 1984 when the Buhari government, I think it's 40 years, right? Nearly 40 years.
Almost 40 years.
When we had that change. So a majority of Nigerians have never experienced this before. But you and I have, but I guess we were very young at that time. We were so young at that time. All right, let's move on to the next story right before we open up the lines. This one is coming from the Punch newspaper. Paris Club refund. Governors top deductions. Consultants head for French court. Now, the Nigerian Governors Forum says that it has stopped the planned payment of about $418 million and the promissory notes issued to the Paris Club consultants by the Federal Ministry of Finance and the Debt Management Office. Now, the forum, comprising of 36 state governors, vowed to continue to explore all legal channels available to them to ensure that, in quote, resources belonging to the states are not unjustly or illegally paid to a few in the guise of consultancy. So the governors said that this is something that the governor said in a communique which was signed by the NGF chairman and Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal. It was issued yesterday after their 8th teleconference meeting, which was held on Tuesday night. By reacting to the governor's stance, one of the consultants, Ned Nwoko, threatened to enforce the payment in a foreign court and to freeze the federation accounts. Now, he didn't mention what country he would be going to, but findings showed that the consultants may head to France, where the secretariat of the Paris Club is located. So much ado about the Paris Club, the refunds. This has been going on for a while. The governors have not liked this situation. I think the federal government had made an attempt to say, okay, we're going to pay from source. The Attorney General, made that effort. But the governors have been fighting back. Lawrence, what's your take on this story?
Well, I don't know. I think we need a political solution here, because it doesn't look as if the courts have been able to resolve this. And don't forget, a few months ago, the Attorney General was called up by the governors, and it was firm. He said, no, this is his stand. He has advised the government on what to do and everything. But if it gets to court, at the end of the day, what happens? Maybe we just let it pan out and see how it goes.
Well, it will be interesting to see how the drama plays out. This is Citizen FM 93.7, and you are listening to the Super Citizen at Sunrise. The time is 7:29, and I've been spending it looking at the newspaper headlines with Lawrence Umoite. My name is Stanley Bentu. Now, if you want to call in, please join us. Let's hear your views. What do you think of the design of the Naira notes? What do you think of the policy statements? What do you think should have been done? Because we did have Omole Shore saying that, hey, all of this money that was spent into changing the design of the Naira should have been paid to ASU.
Yes.
Do you agree with him? Do you disagree? Please call us on 0818 22 22 205 or 0903 22 29 797. You can also reach us on 0808 22 22 037, and we would be very happy to take your views on the matter, especially Lawrence, let me even ask you about this. Shaware says that he would have spent all of this money in a different way. He claims that over 200 billion naira was spent to do this. I'm not sure where he got those figures, but usually, well, you know him quite well.
For me, it's not how much was spent, but if you have to also put side by side what is the intention, what are you trying to achieve? If what you're trying to achieve is noble and you need to do it, then you need to do it, you need to spend the money to do it. It's only when you spend money on a frivolous adventure that you begin to question.
Let me just interrupt you quickly.
Okay.
We have a call here. Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
All right, let's have your name and where you're calling us from.
Marksman calling from Apple.
Hey, Marksman, good morning.
Good morning, Maxman.
Please, Larry, morning. Can you tell me that your name again, since you have swallowed the bar with
My name is Stanley. You can call me Stan.
Stanley, eh?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. On the design of a Naira note, I think it's a wasted money. Why do I say so? If about 13 point something billion million children are out of school, children of 3 to 4 age group, and we know the world is going digital. There is no employment. Children can sit at home for 8 good months without going to school, and we say we don't have money to pay them. Then we are dreaming of a cashless policy where we have 4 generations, children of a Naira, all in the name of trying to stop insurgency in Nigeria. People who... Okay, I want to ask a question. Saudi Arabia give us some name that these people are the ones sponsoring Boko Haram in Nigeria, that they know. Have we ever invited them for questioning, for interrogation? We always look for means to, and the money spent in printing that figure of money is more than the money printed. What are we talking? We're just wasting our resources. That is my take. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Marksman. Marksman is in agreement with Shore on that maybe this was a misadventure. It should not have been done, but I interrupted you, Lawrence.
Yes, well, I won't go as far as that. But I the CBN governor laid the foundation when he was talking. One, it's standard practice worldwide that 5 to 8 years you redesign your Naira and everything for
As a matter of fact, he went as far as saying this is going to happen every 5 to 10 years.
Yes.
Which means that by the next time this is supposed to happen, he will not be CBN governor because he's in his second term.
tenure.
So how does this become a policy? Because we've gone 19 years without anything happening. If the next CBN governor is sleepy,
or if the next president is not favorably disposed to accepting that, don't
then
forget
we're right back at square one.
Yes, because it's one thing for the CBN governor to propose, is another thing for a president to accept, because he has to accept. He has to permit that by law.
All right. Well, you can still call us. The lines are open. 0903 2229 797, 0818 2222 205, and 0808 2222 037. Lawrence and I are looking at the major newspaper headlines, and we'll take the next one. This one was published by The Nation. Buhari names Onoche as NDDC's board chairman. And the details go like this. President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday urged the Senate to confirm the nomination of his special advisor on social media, Loretta Onoche, for appointment as the substantive chairman of the board of the Niger Delta Development Commission. We will get more details on that, but we have a call coming in. Let's just answer that. Hello, good morning. All right. Could we know your name and where you're calling from?
I'm calling from Abuja.
All right. What's your name?
Okay, I'm Glory.
Okay, Glory. Please go ahead with your comment.
Please also comment on the Naira that they're trying to change. What if you want to buy something of 200 Naira and you have to do transfer before you buy 200 Naira, something 100 Naira?
If you want to transfer?
Yeah, want to get something of 200 Naira or 100 or 50.
Yes, it's possible.
Transfer.
Yeah, it's certainly possible, I think, to transfer that.
It's not going to be easy.
All right, Glory. Well, thank you very much. Let's take this other call. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that call. Glory, if you are listening, I don't think, I'm not certain that everything, the policy affects transfer. The value of the Naira remains
the same.
The same.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't affect how much money you are actually transferring to anybody. It doesn't affect anything that is cashless. You can actually just pick up your phone and do any of that. It's when you are discussing the physical cash in itself. You may get the old note, you may get the new note, but by January 31st, the old note is no longer valuable. Hello, good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Stanley. My name is Samuel from Abuja.
Okay, Sam from Apple. Great to have you. Please go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sam.
Yeah, one thing that bothers me about this issue of CBN policy is that the policy he rolls out, how does it affect this inflation? Inflation is going up day by day. They know when they started this year regime, this year government. They know where everything stands as inflation. But today, look at everything is going on. Transportation, everything is going up. The policy that is saying that this interest rate that is increasing every day, how does it actually control inflation? That is what we are actually saying. All this policy is saying, they are already going out. They should have left this for the incoming government. They are not. I don't see how it affects this thing. Though because of the election, it is actually good. But then I don't think it's the most important thing to do for that, because they should have checked on this inflation issue. It's affecting everybody. Even both the rich and the poor, it's affecting everyone. So that is my thing.
Yeah, you raised quite a number of interesting views. Let's also listen to this caller. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I think we lost that call, but feel free to call us back on 0903 2229 797, 0818 2222 205, and 0808 2222 037. All right, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Stanley.
All right, could you, okay, I think you've stepped away from the radio, so thank you for that.
Yes, and good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
My name is Michael.
All right, hi, Michael, please go ahead.
Yes, this is Nuna. Please, I should to elaborate more and explain to us. We were told that they want to reduce Naira. But actually, the Naira we are seeing, was like, they reduced even the quality, the economy of the Naira. So,
what is the difference between this? Is that what they mean by redesign? Because when they talk about the redesign, we thought maybe the Naira note is not going to look, and it's going to look more better than what it is before. You understand? But that is on that side. And then just like somebody mentioned, you see, the inflation is still going up because they told us that after they do all this thing, everything will be, coming down gradually here and there. But we are not seeing it. But one thing I want to also to beg them, let them make sure that they make the Naira available right now as we speak, you understand? So that at the end of the day, people will be able to meet up, to deposit their money. And then for Lori Donoche, when I say congratulations, I won't know, but last time it was INEC. They wanted to, appoint him for INEC, something like that. But this time around, he wasn't able to get that. He was able to get this particular one. Well, let me say congratulations. I don't know. Thank you.
All right. Michael, thank you very much. Michael says he's congratulating, but he doesn't know. Well, 0903 2229 797 0818 2222 205 and 0808 2222 037. What do you think about the redesign? Well, there are some people who feel that it's the same. It's not a redesign. It's just the color that has been changed. Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the program.
God bless you.
All right, thank you very much.
My name is Mr. Emeka.
Okay, Mr. Emeka, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Chabi.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yes, good. You see, my dear brother, you see this Naira redesign. Honestly speaking, when I saw those things yesterday, I just thought maybe they produced this Naira and they made a mistake sometime and they delivered it. And they now said, okay, let's tell Nigerians that want to redesign it. And they now find a date, fix a date. After the while, they now say, so if we pick this thing, we don't do it quickly. People may discover that we made a mistake and kept this thing all the while. Well, that's right the way. But administratively, financially, anyway, economically, it is just a waste. Why I say so is this. The money they have used to redesign this thing and printed it, they would have used it for some other things. We have pressing issues. We have pressing problems. ASU is there. Electricity problem is there. Our roads are bad. We are fighting insecurity. Okay, you are telling us that you redesign Naira will reduce people paying ransom. If the person that catch you, maybe you that you are in the studio now, you are caught, and they ask them to go and print dollar, won't they go and give them dollar? Would they say no, because it is dollar, they will not pay? So sometimes we make laws because it is not affecting the people making the laws. That's why they make some of all those laws. Because in their mind, no concerning me. Let's just do it and make a name. That's why they are redesigning Naira. If not, there is no need to redesign Naira. Even if it is because of political whatever. Political what? The money that the politicians are giving us, Nigerians are going to give it to. Are they going to carry it to Ghana and go and give people in Ghana? They bring out their money and they spend it to Nigerians. People will still go to who they want to vote. So you see, in all honesty, it is an error. Just that, our leaders don't believe that they make mistakes. They believe they know better than every other person. They are doctors, they are professors, the masses are nobody. That is how the thing is in Nigeria. Just unfortunate. That's my own thinking about the whole thing. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you very much. Yeah, certainly we respect your opinion on all of this. First and foremost, well, I hope that we will not be kidnapped.
Exactly.
But I guess that this is the flip side of it. There are some who say, well, they're concerned about the cost of redesigning the Naira, and well, yeah, you do have to be concerned about that. And when the public is raising concerns, you have to listen.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to this story. I think this is the last story that we have. It's from the Daily Post. DMO raises 3.3 trillion naira borrowing to support the 2022 budget deficit. Now, the Debt Management Office has raised a total of 3.3 trillion naira from the domestic market to help the government to generate revenue to finance the deficit in the 2022 budget. The federal government had given the debt office a mandate to raise the sum of 3.5 trillion from the domestic front for the financing of the national budget, but the DMO has already issued a fresh 100 billion naira sukuk offer for subscription, which is the third of its kind in the domestic capital. So, so many things concerning our monetary issues. But we have another call coming in. Let's take that. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Stan.
Great to hear from you. Tell us your name, where you're calling from.
Yeah, Mr. Dave from Central Area. Good morning, Mr. Lawrence.
Good morning, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Great to hear from you today.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
what's
you.
your perspective?
I want to ask, does this redesigning of Naira notes strengthen the Naira against the dollar? I want to ask you, please.
No, it doesn't. Not in itself, it doesn't.
Okay. You see, me, I'm seeing it as another form of corruption, because if Mr. President, who is the Commander-in-Chief, have Mr. Integrity, because it was based on that that Nigeria were eager to elect him as our president. He cannot say no to that, and he knows that is corruption, because it's another way of duping us, we Nigerians. See, the money used in redesigning that Naira note can be channeled to another way. It can be channeled to another thing that will benefit the lives of our citizens. And then number two, the quality of the Naira note. You know, the time they design 50 Naira, that is a polymer Naira 50 Naira. You cannot use it up to 1 year. You will not use it. Hello?
Hello, yeah, please go ahead. I'm with you.
Yeah, so you will not use it up to 1 year. The Naira will fade out. So the quality of that redesign is also very, very important. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I would just like to say, well, I would not like to believe that the president wants to dupe anybody by doing this. Certainly, there are policies or certain things that he looked at. I think we have Kennedy who's calling us. Hi, Kennedy.
Thank you, Stanley. Lawrence, good morning.
Good morning, Ken.
Thank you. Like a prophet, Lawrence, if you remember, I once called in and I said that the money that we mentioned, the amount of money used in printing this money will baffle you. I said, if you can remember.
Yeah.
And it has come to pass. Thank God. But talking about the printing, I don't have a problem with that.
But Kennedy, we don't know the money. We know that Showore mentioned an amount.
It's not
so
official.
he mentioned it. That is, it is known.
I don't know. We have not independently verified that amount. So, but
okay,
this is what he said.
So if it is wrong, they should sue the person. Simple.
Okay.
Yes, and that is my own opinion. Now, I'm talking about the printing. I was just thinking it's one of these cafes we use, because the quality is not of standard. It's not a good quality at all to me. But I don't have a problem with the quality. If the quality use, will be less in production, in producing more money, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. It will help us. And then talking about the importance of this new note, I want to say this. I want to congratulate our boss who say that they will be watching the amount of money that will be withdrawn from the bank. That will help us a long way. That will go a long way to help us. Seriously speaking, those people campaigning these days that have kept money in their houses or will put and withdraw money to deceive people will be monitored. So that's the only area I am so excited. Thank you very much. That's just my tip.
Thank you very much, Kennedy. We have another call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
All right. Could you tell us your name, where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Francis.
Okay. Francis, great to have you here.
Good morning, Patrick. It's been a while.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's have your perspective on this.
Yeah, Mr. Stanley. I want to ask Nigerians to give the CBN and the president a chance. We cannot just condemn this Naira design. According to the details we had yesterday, they said there are some security features on the Naira. So while reading that security features that they listed, I was hoping that I would have seen maybe a chip on the Naira, that camera chip, where if kidnappers kidnap somebody and they pay money, we know where they are. So, but Nigeria should please give the CBN and the president a chance. Yes, they use money in printing the money, but it is very, very important. As we can see that many people are holding the naira, are bringing it out, and they are doing this thing again to make sure that politicians who have already stock money in to buy goods, they will bring it out, and the kidnappers too, they will bring that money out. So we should just give the government a chance. Yes, that's what I want to say this morning. And secondly, I want to use the opportunity to congratulate Ms. Loretta. I don't know why Mr. President loves her so much, but I just hope that she will be the new face to NDDC.
Yeah, she keeps turning up.
because we know that sector has always been full with a lot of corruption. So I just hope that hello?
Yes, yeah, we can still hear you.
I just hope that Ms. Loretta will flush every corruption out of that system. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Kennedy.
Thank you very much. And really, just like Kennedy, I am excited about the fact that the cash will be monitored according to the CBN. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Philip calling from Newcastle.
All right, Philip. Great to have you on the program this morning. What is your perspective?
Thank you, Stanley Bentu. Stanley, I'm talking about Naira redesign. No?
Mm-hmm.
I discovered that Nigerians, when I hear that the Nigerians speak, I know that the country is sick. You know, everything they have to speak against it. They are always antagonistic against government. So I don't know where they are coming from. Do they believe that they are wiser than those people that are in government? I don't know. But the truth of the matter is that when you listen to people speak, you know that we are sick mentally. So,
yeah, well, I wouldn't be so harsh. Yes, people can have different opinions.
That is what I want to say. Like the show that you are talking about, the man is full of fake news.
He's full of what?
Fake news just to destabilize people. And people will be busy commenting and insulting and saying all manners of things as if they are wiser than those people that are doing this policy, which is wrong. But I believe government is going to achieve the aim that they want to achieve. Whether fake news or what news, the government has achieved what they want to achieve. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that. But yes, one thing that I will take up from that is, sometimes we can be a bit cynical, but are there positives to take from this, Lawrence?
Yes, there are. And
okay, let's quickly listen to this call, and I'll come back to you, Lawrence, I promise. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, please tell us your name, where you're calling from.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ID. Oh, your line.
Yes,
line is
your
not,
line. I'm sorry, the call. We're not getting enough quality on this call. Maybe shift your location a little bit. Let's hope it gets better.
Me now?
Yes,
Okay.
Absolutely. This is much better. Please go ahead.
All right. On the new redesign, Naira notes redesign, I've not called that as maybe Naira was colored. The bank notes were colored. That's nothing like redesign. What did they redesign? If you check the 1,000 Naira, you will see the blue color was more on one of the personality on that bank than the other. So they just applied, and some Nigerians can do this thing here in this country. Just bring out the whole thing. Then on the system, you will see the way they will do it for you. And on this platform, if Nesto will remember, I said by the time this thing comes out, it will have no real effect on the downtrodden, ordinary Nigerian. And the cost, I was even telling them Nesto that I said the cost, a lot of people will be flabbergasted by the cost of doing this redesigning of the note, the bank note. And the same thing, somebody said yesterday, though it has never been confirmed that 20 billion naira was spent to redesign the naira. And so we said about 200 billion or something like that. We really need this now? We don't really need this now. Even yesterday when Mr. President was unveiling the no bank note, naira started falling immediately. Before the end of the unveiling, Dollars appreciated a little bit.
To what rate? Because I don't have that information, so I don't know that for a fact. But
before the end of the unveiling of the naira, of the banknote, naira has climbed up against dollar has climbed up against the naira.
In the parallel rate or in the official rate?
Parallel market. Parallel market. And the idea of politicians will bring out the money they've stored somewhere. These politicians are head off.
But here's the thing about the parallel rate, right? It's more connected to how we behave than any announcement. Because if because of the announcement we decided to go and purchase more dollars, then basically it means we've taken a stand against our currency.
So the essence of nothing will be defeated very soon. If before the banknotes are released, Nigerians are so skeptical about the fact that yes, let me turn my naira into foreign currency. And the politicians that are ready to battle out the whole thing come next year, they will not give you naira. Look at their conventions. They were doling out dollars. So a lot of Nigerians will be so surprised that once they give them $1, they will get this will not be more money. $2, especially people in the rural area.
All right. Thank you very much.
I don't think at this moment now government needs to be so proactive about the old note. Just like you and Metro said the other time, few hours to the end of the deadline. So Nigerians should not say, no, I don't want to collect old money. The two should go simultaneously until the last day of the deadline.
All right. Thank you very much for that intervention. And yes, I can understand a lot of the frustration and the change in color. Maybe it may take some getting used to, but I think that maybe the simplification, because the modern design is now a little bit simplified. But when you look at other currencies, everyone is actually following in that direction. And the Naira note was actually looking a little bit outdated because of its flamboyance in its colors. All right, a very quick call that we can take right now. Good morning. I can give you 30 seconds. I'm so sorry. Okay, Citizen Abimbola, 30 seconds. I'm really sorry. I apologize for that.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
I want to comment this way. You talked about monetary. Monetary came too late. I think those who preside over outflow of cash from banks, things have been slipping until now. They should be able to tell us at any point in time what is in the market and what is in the vote of the banks. If they have done so before now, they will have come up with their policies to stabilize Naira. This is my take this morning.
All right. Thank you very much. The Super Citizen at Sunrise continues shortly. We'll have to take a short break. But when we come back, what we're going to be talking about is why some state houses of assembly are rejecting the bill seeking to grant financial autonomy to local governments in the country. We have a big opportunity, and yet it's failing on some levels in our states. Why is this going on? This is what I really would like to find out. So I would like to thank Lawrence Umoete. Thank you so much for taking this time to talk to me. And don't go away. We'll be right back.